genres of music. You've got R&B, hip hop, rock, pop, and then you've got instruments as well. So you can just choose any one of those. Let me go for R&B. And a good feature here, a couple of good features they've got. Within that, you get a drop-down menu below, and you get countless beats that will go with R&B. Next to it, you've got the play button, so you can get a feel for that, just a quick demo. So you can just try a couple of them out. If you find one that you like, and like I said, there are so many beats that you're going to come across that there'll be a stage where you'll think, oh my God, I did like that one, I'm not going to find it again. So if you come across some, there's a heart next to it, click on the heart, that saves in your favourites, and the favourites just above there. Next time you come to the loops, click on your favourites, and they'll all just come down. So that's a nice little feature. One more thing you can do, if you've got a beat that you like, but you haven't put it in your favourites, but you remember what it's called, you can actually type it into the search bar there. So that's one thing there. So I'm on R&B. I'm going to actually type one in here. This is one I've tried before. So once you found something you like, just double click it, and your beat will play automatically. So that's the first loop. By default, it will go as far as 8 bars. Now, each bar is 4 beats. So from 1 to 2, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's the most common notation in musical composition, musical songwriting, the 4-beat bar. So it'll go to 8 bars. Once this is lit, this bar there, the loop, the bar there, the purple bar, will only go as far as 8, and then it will just start looping again. So when you play it, it'll just go round and round. If that bar isn't lit, the purple marker then will just keep playing and playing, and even when there's no music, it will just carry on. So it's important to work within your project to make sure that you've got this on. It's just going now, look. So then just pause that, get your bar lit up again, bring your marker back to the beginning, and that's that. So that's the first loop. So now it's important to clear the search bar. So now we're going to add something else. I'm going to go for a synth, and the same thing happens. You get the drop down menu with loads and loads of choices. You can play on one. Oh, not bad. Again, I'm going to type one in. I think it was this one. Yeah, so I'm going to double click on that and then play them together. Okay, so that's 2 loops. Now, remember when I did say we're going to make music in minutes with Mango? I didn't say we're going to win Brit Awards or Grammys with this. This is all about having fun, experimenting, enjoying it. At some point, you will get to a stage where you're producing something that you think, wow, that's nice, I like that. And whether it's for personal use or you want to share that with somebody, you can collaborate on here. If somebody else has got an account, you can send your project over to them. They can play around with that, vice versa. So there are a lot of good things you can do in there. But like I said, I'm just putting this together now. I'm not trying to say this is anything great. just showing you how to get a few loops together. For a beginner, I think 3 loops is probably enough to play around with. 4 maximum, and then I'd say, you know, just mess around with that, what you've got there. Go for vocals, these are always good. So vocals again, just play around with a couple. Yeah, some are a bit dodgy, but you know, depending on your taste. Okay. So you don't have to type them in. If you do know what you're looking for, then I'm going to play this one. Yeah, that is one that I like. So I've got 3 loops now, so I can play those together. Okay, not too bad. Just putting 3 loops together. Like I would say, as a beginner, 3-4 loops should be enough to play around with. Although I must confess, after a week I was doing 8 or 9, 10 loops even. Sometimes you can be lucky and things just fall into place. Sometimes you'll think, oh no, that just doesn't sound right. And I'll just give you an example here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put any random thing on here. So I've just gone for a rock, and I'm going for the top one. I'm going to double click it. I'm not going to keep this clip, I'm just going to show you something. Oh, it's not ruined it too much. Anyway, if you put something on there that you don't like, just put the cursor over it, right click and delete. So that takes that loop away. Finally, I want to do something which is makes it a little bit more interesting. Because songs don't always start like this, they don't start with the music and the vocals coming in at the same time. So a good thing to do is to kind of split them up. The way to do this, let's say the vocals, I want them to come in a little bit later. So I'm going to move, let's say, halfway to number 4. Like I said, it's an 8-beat bar, so I'm going to go halfway. Bring the cursor to the purple marker on the line that you want to change. Because I want to get rid of the first bit of the vocals, I'm going to right click. So split region, that's what you do. And then you right click on the part you want to get rid of, and then you delete it. So now, rather than everything coming in at once, you'll get so the vocals just came in a little bit later there. Just gives it a little bit of a variation. So, okay, we'll do the same thing again. It's always nice to have the beat going constantly, really. So we'll try the synth. So I'll bring the marker, I'll go to 3 this time. So we've got 3 sections. Let's get on to 3. Cursor on that one you want. Right click. This time split region, and then put your cursor on the part that you want to delete, right click, delete that, and that part's gone now. So now it's split into 3, and this will sound more different. So here we go. Like I say, that's just 3 loops, nothing magical, nothing great, but it just gives you something to play around with. Yeah, there's just so much to play with there. And I will say again, it's all about having fun. experimenting, definitely experiment, and just enjoy it. And I really hope you've enjoyed this lesson. If so, it'd be nice if you could like it and share it. And I'm Mango, and that was Making Music in Minutes with Mango.
Soundtrap in Soundtrap in Soundtrap.